Killer.
Crypt Killer was originally called Henry Explorers when it was released in Japan back in 1995. For an arcade game, it's rather ugly, with its low resolution textured polygons for stage environments and blocky sprites for enemies. Remember, Sega's Model 2 arcade board was out by this time, impressing the world with the likes of Virtua Fighter 2 and Daytona. So it's no surprise this game wasn't really a major hit. Up to 3 players simultaneously travel through the levels on rails, as in the vast majority of light gun shooters. At certain points on each level, the player chooses the path by selecting to go one of 2 different ways. The opening screen allows the player to choose from any of the 6 levels. There are 3 areas per level plus a boss. At the end of each level you will receive an Eye of Guidance. 2 of these are needed to complete the game. As well as your standard shot, you can find more powerful guns such as a Gatling gun, grenade launcher, a more powerful shotgun, and an automatic weapon, hidden behind breakable objects or in chests.
About 2 lines of guidance, and the treasures will be decided by the region chains. So choose your path.
Released only in Japan on the PC, this Windows 95 port goes under the Japanese name of Henry Explorers. As you can clearly see from the introduction, it's just a video of the Japanese arcade game, but does have some CG enhancements, which make it look a little nicer. The player welcome screen is also a video with CG enhancements over the arcade game. Strange why they did this when you consider the low quality codec which they used hides a lot of the enhancements. Konami also changed the voice of the floating head for some reason. There do seem to be quite a few graphical glitches in the game though, but I'm hoping that's just because I'm running this on a modern PC via Windows 7 32-bit. This is also why there is no in-game music playing. The data is there, but it refuses to play. By the way, it's impossible to get this to run on a 64-bit version of Windows 7. I tried on 2 different machines. Anyway, back to the game. It's pretty much the same as the arcade game when it comes to gameplay, apart from now we need to use a mouse rather than a light gun. As far as I can tell, this game is incompatible with any other control method besides the mouse. first glance you may think that this PlayStation port is the same as the arcade machine, and yes, it is a pretty good port, but far from arcade perfect. The polygon models are now a lot lower in detail, and there are a few details missing here and there, but overall it's well done. Unfortunately, the PlayStation port of Crypt Killer will only allow you to play with a control pad or the Konami Justifier gun. No other light gun will work with this game. As far as playability goes, I'd say this is far tougher than the arcade original due to the limit of 3 lives and 3 continues. But on the bonus side, at least you won't be completing this in a day.
It's dangerous!
The Saturn version of Crypt Killer is just a lazy port of the PlayStation version. It uses all the same polygon models and even contains many of the exact same polygon clipping issues. But it gets worse. The game slows down and the textures used are so low in resolution that it makes House of the Dead look HD in some areas. But it's not all bad news. This Saturn port will work with any Saturn light gun, and for those who use controllers, well, the good news doesn't end there. The controls are much tighter in this version, making it a lot easier to take out enemies. Finally, the loading is a little faster too. Still, even with these plus points, the Saturn game is still the worst of the ports, simply because it's ugly.
Shotgun! Somehow I've been tricked by this ancient text. Huh? What? Far in the back? Could it be? Hey! No matter which I take, they're all priceless treasures. This is a fantastic discovery.
And let's take a look at all those versions of Crypt Killer running side by side.